Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Brandon Keith Avery, and I want to welcome you to Just My Opinion. And here today, we're going to get my opinion / review on Night Shyamalan's The Visit. So I'm sure you heard of Night Shyamalan. I mean, when he first started out, he was knocking films out the park. He did The Incredible, The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, starring Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson. That's an underrated film and is amazing. And he also did Signs, which was pretty good too. Then after that, he started, dropping off by the bay, delivering us crap like The Last Airbender, A Lady in the Water, and The Village. I like The Happening. That movie is in the middle for me. I love the whole thing. I just didn't like the ending. They didn't pay off. The whole plants killing everybody was stupid. And so going into The Visit, I wanted to keep my expectations low, and I'm glad that I did. Now, the film is a solid film. I mean, it is. It is one of his better ones. If you're an Night Shyamalan's fan and your expectations are super high, I will bring those down just a little bit and you may be able to enjoy the film. My biggest gripe with the film is the trailers are so misleading. This movie is being marketed as a scary PG-13 movie, and that is completely false. This movie is not scary at all in the least bit. It is entertaining and it is funny. I looked it up on IMDb, and that's the first genre it says. It says comedy horror, and I saw that afterwards. I'm like, man, I wish I would have known this going in. It didn't really affect me because my expectations were low, but still, misleading a movie like this is just wrong, and it should stop. I mean, this is the biggest example of false advertisement I've ever seen in my life. Now, I am not saying that the movie is not entertaining, because it is. It does have two characters, these two brothers and sisters, which I did not look up their name, but their dynamic and their relationship is great. The little guy, he's very, very funny too. He brings majority of the comic relief to the screen when it is necessary, and also gets down and dirty when that's necessary as well. The sister, she played an okay part. I don't ever remember seeing her in any other films, but she played a good sister that was looking out for a brother. If I was these kids' age and I was in the situation that they were in, I would probably react the exact same way they did. And that worked. It was realistic. I mean, I would be calling my mom like, hey, mom, you need to come get us. Grandma and grandpa are acting freaking weird and it doesn't make sense. But there's a horrible stereotype that when you get older, you lose your mind, you go crazy and you do weird things. And that's just kind of an ongoing joke. And this movie took advantage of that, because the mom in this is like, well, hey, babe, they're old. And, sometimes elder people do weird things. And they used that element and put into the story, and it worked. And the parts where they tried to be funny, that worked too. I didn't expect me to laugh so much while I was watching this movie. But as far as me having to say if it was scary or not, man, that gets a thumb down. There are a couple of scary moments where you're kind of like cringing up like, oh my gosh, what's about to happen? What's around the corner? What is the old grandma doing? And the grandma does do some like weird things, as you see in the trailer. Would you like to get in the oven and clean it? I mean, that's like creepy as hell. No, I don't want to get in the oven. You clean it. I can use a water hose from a distance or something. But with those scenes right there, they didn't pay off in the film. I won't tell you how. I won't ruin that here, but you just have to see that for yourself. There were some creepy moments, and they probably got me once with like a little jump scare. But for the most part, it wasn't scary. It was funny. I don't know if that's what Night Shyamalan was going for, but if he was, it worked. If it didn't, man, you need to read some horror or something, because you missed that mark completely. It's a solid film. I don't think you should go and rush out and see it. If you go to the movies at least once a week, there is some enjoyment to be found with The Visit. If I were to give this a rating out of 1 out of 10, I would probably give it a 6.5 out of 10. So guys, that's my opinion on The Visit. Directed by Night Shyamalan. You've heard my opinion. I would love to hear yours as well. So put your Go ahead and subscribe to this video so you can see all the other videos and episodes that I put out, and share the video. I do not mind if you share. I'm not gonna get mad if you share. It's cool, man. It's cool. You can share the video. Keep it between us. I'm not gonna tell nobody. But anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in to Just My Opinion, and you got to hear what I thought about The Visit. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is Just My Opinion. Peace.